So it is all right. Boom, we're live. I'll let you know if anybody jumps on or do the same. All right, so you haven't seen this installed yet, on anything, right?
Yeah.
I watched a couple of videos, and basically what people do is they take this and they squeeze all the air out of it,
Yeah.
fold it together so it's like a hot dog, and then jack the Jeep up as high as possible to stretch the spring out and feed it in. So they don't take spring off or anything. I haven't seen anybody take off sway bar.
It's going to have to be fed through one of the gaps of the coils.
Yeah. And so you sit there and like use a wooden spoon, or I've got this kind of blunt tool and then try to get it in. Now, the only question for me is whether or not if we'll be able to fit 12 inches into a 10-inch gap. But when we jack it up, let's see how high it is. I'm okay with it sitting on this thing permanently. The parts that we have, I laid them all out here. Let's turn this, even though there's nobody looking at it. Well, so got the instructions, and then this is the airline, which we're going to run to these, and that's how we'll inflate them. You have the option of using a T-piece to try to make it always level. I'm not going to do that because I often am actually a little bit off balance because of either if I have a bunch of water in my tire carrier or something.
Yeah.
And so I want the ability to actually use this to level the rig, because you can go up or down by 2 inches. So this might actually make it so I don't have to drive up on blocks as much. It's kind of a thought that I had. This guy here is to protect. So this is going to go in the very top, and it's going to protect the air intake.
Oh, okay.
Now, people have said you actually don't need to do this because with the JK, the top is actually open.
Yeah, it's flat. I stuck my finger through it already. It's got a nice little hole.
Totally fine. So we may not need to do this. And if we have an issue of having too much space already, I think we won't.
Well, that's a good thing about these versus those. These are just going to be sitting on that cup with a hole in the middle, and it's never going to drop down.
Right.
These, unless you secure it up, it's going to want to drop down.
Yeah.
It's going to want to sit in the bottom.
Could get squished around,
Yeah, so.
All right, so I don't know if this is going to get us any view here or not, but I'm going to jack.
I think we're going to have to use the big one.
I would like to use the big one because,
I don't know if you don't think these short ones are going to do anything. Because they'll be sitting there, but they won't actually be making contact with anything.
I don't have any wheelchairs. I should. And the other thing that I've got to see a little bit of movement there. Off the ground.
Yep, that's it. You're off the ground.
All right. Whenever I have one of these guys jacked up, I just like to kick the rig for a second, just to see if I'm unstable. You know what I mean?
Do you have jack stands?
I do have jack stands.
There you go.
So
the good news is, even if this falls, it's not going to fall on our head.
Exactly. Right. So part of my feeling about jack stands, and maybe I'm wrong, is I feel more stable on this setup than a jack stand.
Well, you put the jack stand all over also.
Okay. I'm down with that plan. All right, so I'm going to put this. Use the creeper.
No.
All right. So I'm going to put this on here.
Yeah.
Will you try and just measure it again now that we're fully extended? Let's see.
So now you're at 15.
15?
Yeah.
All right. So workable space. And now that you see it up there, you think you could shove one of these in there? These are the options, by the way. Standard JK, extended lift. I think they sell this for like a Ram 1500 or something. So, I mean,
that'll be
we have
perfect to sit in there.
Yep.
It's just a matter of
getting it in.
Yeah, that banana trick, if it works, that would be.
I can't imagine we're going to get it in there, actually.
See, I think the spring is almost able to come out, but we are caught and captured.
Well, here's the thing is, even if we take it out, that we're not going to be able to get it there.
To the top.
To the top only.
And then you put the spring back in with the airbag already in it.
So,
But you're limited. I'm pretty sure what you're stopped on right now is your shock.
okay.
Maybe your sway bar too.
So you think if we undid the sway bar,
Well,
it would go higher? Like I said, I've seen everyone just feed it in.
well, we can give it a shot. That does not look like a lot of room, though.
I agree. And then another trick that a lot of people have mentioned, is when you do this to put a zip tie on it, and to zip tie, and then when you get inside, you pop the zip tie off.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this zip tie is going to be big enough to hold it or not. So I probably have most of the air out.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to take the cap, put it back on. Let's see if that's going to hold it for a second.
Yeah.
All right. And then the hot dog, it's like that. But I mean, yeah, like I said, everybody I've seen, it says do this hot dog thing. I just can't imagine that that's going to fit through there.
Maybe.
You think it might?
It would be nice if it does. I hope so. I'll be a zip tie it while you're hot dog it.
So, is the zip tie on? Once the zip tie is on, let me try and pop this off again. Oh, that didn't help.
Nope.
Okay, I was wondering whether or not to get this guy. All right. Let's do it. Got me. All right. So
It's a big hot dog.
that's a big freaking hot dog, man. Just to show the camera what this is looking like. This is a hot dogged air shock. Man, this is going to be hot with the sun right here.
Yeah.
All right. I do not think we're going to be able to shove it in like that.
As soon as you said it, I'm like, I don't know. Without even seeing it in hot dog form. I mean, that's not a lot of space between those. Of course, the factory springs are not wound as tightly.
Right, exactly.
So you definitely have a greater chance with the factory spring.
So the question is, if I get this in, like, I mean, everything does kind of fold around a little bit. I don't know if it was better tighter like that. So
I think it almost seems like it's better flat, like not hot dog, but like almost as flat as you had it before.
Yeah.
And then maybe being able to feed it that way.
I'm not against trying that as well. Because this is just gonna, I just don't see that. And then the question is, does it matter? Should I start from the bottom versus the top? I mean,
your top coils are even closer to the bottom coils.
So we'll try it from here.
So I mean, like
clip them off.
Well, are these your pry tool?
Yeah, that's one of them. We'll have to find. We can find some other stuff. That's just one that I was able to get out there.
So I'm curious if we can
look and see who's on here right now.
Oh well, no, because even if I do,
I'm just hoping it's Robert actually did this before. Does it show us who's on?
Yeah.
You know what?
He
hey,
has
if you jump on,
though.
he does. Yeah. No, I think he's got this kit.
Oh.
If you're on, say hi in chat so that we know who's there. Otherwise, I don't think we know. Top off.
Oh, it's all inflated now.
Yeah,
it's almost better with it off. I think while we're squeezing it to try to force it in.
Maybe. I'm kind of thinking, should we try and take these zip ties off?
Give it easy up.
Easy up.
Block the sun.
Oh yeah.
Or actually, you know what? I can just pull my Jeep right here.
You can do that.
Yeah,
All right. Hey, thanks for joining us. If you are on, just like say hi in the chat so we know who it is. Because otherwise, I don't think I can see who's on. Greg's going to pull his Jeep up because, man, the sun is actually getting really hot. You know, before taking the zip ties off, I'll do the other one. Pick it back up. These are the airbags. We squished one down in this hot dog shape, and it just doesn't seem like it's going to make it in. So I'm trying a different technique, which is to squeeze it down and flatten it out. Since we've got two, we can do that. Greg's backing up. Try not to run into me here. Block the sun. Keep coming. Got it, man. You got another 2 feet. Good stuff. Yeah, maybe you can do this too.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Take it.
I think we're in the money. and we've got a little table now too.
Perfect.
All right, so
Oh yeah, that's so much better.
yeah, we were gonna die. Good job. Strong work. We needed the shade. So this is the one that we have the zip ties on.
Yeah.
This is one that's just totally
I think that's
out.
gonna be so much easier.
Okay. This is the little guy. It's just what's going to happen when we get in there.
Well, yeah, that's the next issue. One problem at a time.
Also got to get it in without
Yeah, like that.
doing too much here to the stem. Should I try to pry that a little bit?
I was thinking about doing the same thing, but it's difficult because when you pry it, the pry tool is in the way of the bag.
Yeah. Let me just grab a pry bar real quick. So what holds this spring in place, by the way?
Just the pinch between the axle and the body. That's it.
So
Well,
if I could put that up, I could just pull this thing up.
it's under tension still, so we want to get that down far enough to where the tension is gone, so
Yeah.
that you can safely take it out. Because then it'll just kind of fall off on its own, which is either your sway bar or your shock. More than likely, your shock. Yeah, I see your brake hose is twisted around a little bit there.
Yeah. So you're saying potentially you just disconnect the shock, disconnect the sway bar, make sure that we're protecting and watching the brake line. And that when you drop this down, we could literally just pick that thing up, drop
and
it
out.
Should we try that?
I think if you can't get it in this way,
There's a lot of work to do it this way. I can tell you that.
yeah.
Try
Try putting because the spring space didn't move right there.
not much. Right?
Maybe a tiny bit, but not
Yeah.
much. So fold it like you had again and put the nipple in it first and then try to bend it in. There you go.
Crap. Let's see it come off. It's wanting to ring feet.
You almost got it started.
All right, I'm going to be able to shove that in.
Perfect.
I can't. It's good, but then working it all the way up and stuff. major pain, right?
Possibly.
You're telling me if we unhook these guys and jack it up a little higher, this literally just pulls right out.
I would try just doing the shock first.
Okay. I mean, yeah. Let's at least just do the shock to try to get a little bit more space here.
Yeah.
The reason I'm hesitating here is I can tell when I start shoving that thing in, when I pop this in, it's gonna be hard to pull back out.
Yeah.
Right.
Makes sense.
So let's try to just undo the shock real quick. It's probably an 18. And you grab another 18 here.
Ooh, it should be under tension.
What's that? And it's under tension. Should we let it back down to do this?
Well, no. We'll take the nut off.
Okay.
I've already done this in my Jeep lots of times. Oh my goodness, that is tight though. You got a bigger ratchet?
Yeah. Bring some tools to the job.
See my nice shiny bumper?
Oh, dude.
I threw some dirt on it.
Wow, man.
Well, it's the same exact one that was before,
Yeah.
so it looks
Yeah.
identical.
but it's clean.
It's just not built on the passenger side like it was.
And it was that way from the install?
From when I got it out of the box new.
All right. So
So, yeah, you should be able to just, not that one.
yeah.
Just you should be able to just turn the nut right off because there's going to be pressure on that bolt right now.
Uh-huh.
And just take the nut all the way off, and then I'll pry up on the, oh, it is spinning. Move the other side here. Right there. Isn't that the same size?
So you gotta would you rather have a wrench or you get
Oh, like that.
something longer? No.
Just hold it and take the nut all the way off. And then I'll pry up on the shock while we pull the bolt out. So leave the bolt in.
You said take it all the way off?
Well, man, there's not.
What's that? It's nice and loose, right?
It almost feels like that's not it. It must be the sway bar.
Okay.
That's much. Yeah, I mean, getting that nut off is easy. Getting it back on is going to be
This one?
Sure, yeah, but we can do that.
Why will it be hard? It won't be hard if we just drop it, right?
Right, yeah. I mean, we still have to kind of play around with it to get both sides back on. But
So
those tend to be tight.
should I drop this? Should we drop it down to do this?
Yeah. Well, yeah. The bolt's still in the shock. It's fine. Let me get this bag out of the way.
All right. Don't forget that it's got that nipple on it.
Yeah.
There you go. You're good.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Come down a little bit here. All right.
All right. Yeah. Let's see.
Is it? I think that one's probably an 18 as well.
That's not going to fit in here.
You don't think you can get all the way from the side?
No, because we're. Oh, well, yeah, maybe.
Here, just check and see if it's that 18.
Yep.
Yeah, if you want a smaller one, there's a smaller one. So too much of an extension?
Yeah, there's just lots of other stuff in the way now that it's sitting where it is.
All right.
That is tight.
Yeah? Moving?
No.
No?
No.
Do it again. Just watch it. There you go.
There it goes.
Now you're.
Okay. Yep.
What's
But
that?
breaking it loose, and then we got to hold the other side with the wrench. What you got?
What's that?
Your Jeep's dropping dirt, my.
Oh.
It's
So here's an 18.
almost like I was vibrating stuff a lot. It's probably a different size than that. But...
You don't think it's 18?
I mean, try it. I don't know. It looks smaller.
Oh, you know what? Let's try this thin 17.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah,
Come
that
on,
might be
thin
why.
17 fit. Not 17.
So. I think it must be that 18. So.
Yeah, we can always, yeah. I mean, we can always take off the bottom, but
Should we be doing the bottom instead? That might be easier. What do you think? Yeah, let's go with the bottom first.
all right, I gotta tighten that back up.
All right. Go ahead. Unless you want me to.
Flip it and give it a little. We can always tighten it up later, but. That's funny. Definitely need a wrench on the other side.
Yeah. Got this guy. Not moving there. Let's see if we can.
Tight one. Yep. There you go.
Hopefully I'm stronger than an impact hammer. Almost should have an extension on it, but I think I'm okay.
Maybe that doesn't move. Is it welded? No. It's just never been off.
Yeah, it could be.
And of course, the angle is just wrong.
Yeah, for that. I should be pushing it up though, right?
Yes.
I'm moving.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. I don't see it moving on the other side though.
There it is.
Oh,
It did a certain move there.
sweet. Should be able to hit it with the impact now.
I think so, yeah. It's got that spin off. Almost.
This is probably Robert calling.
He's gonna tell us don't do that.
Oh, it's my aunt in Missouri.
Oh. All right. So
Sweet.
all right.
All right, let's try
Just
that
jack it
again.
back up.
Yeah.
And then will you keep an eye on the brake line?
Yes. Definitely.
All right. It's not up in the air.
Brake line's good. So, okay, so now we're stuck on the shock.
Think so?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
But look at the coil. See, so we just need to go a little bit higher and then we can get it out.
Okay.
So
that guy now?
yeah, I think that guy.
So I bring it down?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to. If it's sitting on that, you're not gonna be able to pull that out.
Yeah, I can watch. Or well, it'll drop though. So yeah, go and sit down. I don't want it to drop.
Is that good enough? You're gonna go all the way.
Yes. No, that's good. That's good. We're not hanging on the shock anymore. So now. There you go. That's out.
All right.
That's lazy. Now we should go get it out.
Let's see if there's any views here just to change it up. All right, so I'm gonna pump this back up.
Yep.
Whew. Eye on the brake line.
I got it in my hand. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Actually, it's interesting.
What's that?
Touching the tire. Steer bar. But
Oh, you can.
oh, where's that lever bar? Right here.
Say even if 2 hands might do it. You want me to pull up on it?
No, almost.
What if we can't compress it
Well, you don't have to. That's the thing.
to get it back in?
So there's no tension on it, so
Yeah.
you don't really have to compress it.
We'll be able to hammer this thing down. Dude, you just broke my Jeep. The hell?
I didn't break it. I just knocked the spring out. It's all right. You don't need this piece.
All right.
That was
So,
so much easier than trying to force the bag through.
Yeah, every video I've seen people force this thing in and take a long time doing it. We just pop the spring out. So the question is now, are we going to be able to fit in there? Because it's still going to be hard to get this bag in. I think, one thing, should we reinflate it so it's more round and just hammer it in? What do you think?
Yeah, it'll be probably a little bit more maneuverable.
It's kind of just like that.
Well, that one's pretty good. So let's open. We'll try the sausage one. Hot dog. Right?
Okay, yeah.
This is where the hot dog will work.
Hey, the hot dog, man.
There you go.
All right. Am I caught there in the
Yeah.
bottom? Question is it going to open back up properly?
I think we can get it.
All right. I'm just going to hit it this way. And that's going to be hard to get back out if we have. Well, we can always just hit it from the bottom. Should we just open up there since that seems to be about the bottom?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to clip 1. Clip 2. One way to get this guy to go to his proper shape would be to just inflate it.
Yeah.
Although I don't have anything that will attach to that end right now.
Well, it's not going to need a lot, so just your normal air compressor.
Uh-huh.
And then we can just, because it doesn't need to be like perfect seal, just push some air in there. even if you're leaking some, it'll
You think so?
pop it. Yeah.
All right, so I don't know what the best option is. This pushes air out. Should I try that first?
Yeah.
And after that, we have like, a whole range of compressor options.
Yeah. I think that one in your hand will be perfect.
Just got to find the battery for it, which can come off the inside camera, but I got one here.
We lost everybody now. One person was watching for a while.
If nothing else, we can try to kind of turn it into a video afterwards. I got a seal there. You trying to blow the air in while you do that, or?
Now we need to somehow.
You know what? Let's try to pull this down.
Yeah.
So this guy here, it's kind of like a blunt tool. My grandfather made this.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's always a believer in making your own tools.
That's awesome. There you go.
As we did that, should I push that one up?
Excellent. You need to unhot dog it now. Come on.
Making progress. I think now try the air again.
Yeah, sure.
Not really doing anything, right?
That's surprising.
Yeah,
I feel like it's inflating at all.
Right. We may need to actually hook up to the tube itself, So, let's see. I think that's good enough to try to inflate it for real, right?
Yeah, I would say yes.
So let's look at what our inflation parts are like. This computer's probably gonna overheat if I leave it in the sun too long. So let's bring it over here to the desk. All right. Got somebody. I wish I knew how to see who is on here. I don't really know how. Let's say.
Making a move out there. What?
Boom. All right. And I put a little thing in the chat there. All right. So to our, you'd think you'd be able to just like. So we actually just took the spring off completely to put this airbag in. And now we're looking at the other parts that we have for inflation. One of the things that we have is we have a bunch of tubing, and so deciding where we're going to run this, you have the option of going on either both sides together using this T-piece, which looks like this, or we could actually just do them individually, which because I'm going to use this thing to level the Jeep out sometimes, we're going to do them individually. I think safely, we can just cut this in half. And then in terms of where we want to run this, should I just run the Schrader valve to like the like right here?
Yeah, where you can mount it. You're going to be coming out the top right here. So
right. And so at full extension, think that's so crazy to see.
Yeah, the spring's gone.
Yeah, that spring's completely gone. I think coming in, like that's all solid. So we'll just go over the top. Don't need to run it just yet. And then we can. Here.
Okay, you're going right there.
Am I close?
No. You feel it?
No,
I don't feel it.
are you able to grab it?
I see it.
Got it?
Not yet. Hold on. Got it.
All right. And that's probably about all the distance we need.
Yeah, because I mean the bag's just gonna sit on the bottom of the spring and not really move.
Yep.
I would think.
So I think the amount of tube that we need is probably about this much. Maybe we'll give it like an extra 6 inches or so.
Yeah, it can always be cut shorter later.
And so I'm just going to cut this in. And by the way, because I have 2 kits, we're kind of golden there.
Oh yeah,
because we got the extra stuff if you need it. So now the next thing is going to be to put on a valve onto the end of that. I'm going to leave that right there. And this might be where. Just taking a look at the diagram. Makes sense. I think I can't imagine having to shove that thing in otherwise. Look at this is the video. This is how they tell you to do it.
yeah. If you're running a factory spring,
Yeah, totally different.
totally different.
All right, so I've got the Airline, which is going to have a C clamp on it, and here's the clamp, right? So Airline comes in, C clamp on the end of this guy, and then once that's on, all the mounting with these are going to happen afterwards when we push it through. So I can go ahead and hook this up right now and not worry about having to cut it off, right?
Yeah. Technically, yeah, we can cut it off and shorten the line and do whatever.
Yeah, I don't even think we'll need to. By the way, I think we're kind of good there. Let me just make sure you. And then we'll inflate it kind of down there. Is that one going to get a C clamp as well? Hey, say hi if you're in the chat so we know that you're here. That one also is going to get a C clamp on the end of the tube as well.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Well, technically, I mean, if we're going to try the compressor, all we need is a little stubby piece. Hook it up to here, blow it up.
I think once we put it on there, though, because those are one way, I think we're going to have trouble getting it off. So I say let's just hook it all up in place.
Okay.
And then, and then try and inflate it.
Sounds good.
So we are right now. What we're doing, folks, is we took the spring off. We shoved the massive one, not this one, inside. There we go. And now it's kind of, we want to inflate it. So we're actually hooking up the inflation part, and I'm going to put a tube on it. We're going to try and inflate it inside the spring. We see a lot of people shove these things up to the side, and Greg was just like, let's just take the spring off, which I didn't know you could do that. So
much easier. Much easier.
That seems it worked. All right. I'm putting on the Schrader valve right now.
The funny thing is, I was working on my Jeep all day yesterday, and my garage floor is covered in dirt now.
Oh yeah.
And yours is looking
I
bad.
know. I was like, I should have power washed this thing before we got underneath it.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
And, let me go with this little guy. I'll get it on. Here, I'll move the perspective. Hey, we had 5 people for a second there.
Wow.
Yeah. Our plan, by the way, is going to be to run the tube right there in the back, which might get a little bit muddy sometimes, but I'll have a cover on it. The idea is, I really like the idea of just having it right there where I'm going to be leveling. Because when I'm using this to level at camp, I'm going to want to be standing right here, seeing how high I'm going. One of these this little C clamp they've got is kind of funny. It's split, and so when you get it open up, it still catches a little bit. Maybe that's how all C clamps are. Maybe I just don't know what I'm doing. And maybe it's the gloves that I'm wearing. So I'm trying to just grab it, open it. And once I got it open, try to slide it in. And it just keeps popping off. You think it's a matter of technique? Do I need to close it further? Yeah. Listen for it. Did you see it?
Yeah.
That was awesome. All right. Try that again. This time don't lose it. I don't know if this could be seen or not. Using a pair of vice grips to open up the clamp there.
Oh yeah, the gloves are.
Let's see. We got hey, nice. Got to make the most of the dash. They put them in. Love seeing you guys, by the way.
Oh,
What's that?
it's missing a piece. That's why.
Is it missing a piece?
It's what's bent.
Oh, okay.
There you go. See.
All right. So it wasn't designed to be that way. That was a faulty.
Like that.
There's a faulty C clamp in here. Okay. Which you can just bend it open.
Easier now.
Oh, it's gonna be way easier. That's what the problem was. Is it kept popping off. Now you're golden. Yeah. Just leave it on there. Well,
just make sure it doesn't go randomly popping.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I didn't even need to squeeze it once I got it in there.
That's so crazy. You can use like some soapy water on these if you need to, but I think we're good. Yeah, good. And we are setting this up because we are gonna go for a test inflate. Nice. All right. So that guy's up here, and I'm gonna drop down, and we can watch as we do this from the top. So I don't know if we need to. Do we have enough line to pull it through?
Yeah, pull it down. That's what I was
oh, there you go. Okay, good. Yeah. All the way, because we can always feed it back up.
Exactly. And so does that one get a clamp also? Put that on first.
Yeah, it will. Greg is smart. He knows that little pad goes in first, so we got to make sure we run this through that. Loading up a clamp. Yeah, it looks like I've hit this muffler a couple times on stuff.
I bet you did.
Oh man, the MagnaFlow is higher, right?
I do not know.
Question: do you think how much faster do you think the second one's going to go? We know what we're doing.
Hopefully, faster. Right. The trick is going to be once it's on there.
Trying to.
Oh, good. You did run it through the pad first.
I ran it
That's
through the pad.
That's why I put the pad on.
Hey, had you not done that, I would not have known to do that. But since you did that, I was like, oh yeah. All right. So it's hard to kind of see inside there, but we're getting it down. C clamp's actually trying to
just push it up further out of the way.
Yeah, take it all the way up. Yeah. Twisting. What should I do? It's not all the way. You think it should be all the way?
It's probably close enough.
You want to look at it? Oh. All right. So we're shoving this in. Again, we pulled the spring completely out, and they're doing the install that way, which I haven't seen anybody do it this way.
If only they knew how much easier it is.
If only they knew. Yeah, I didn't know springs just came out like this. I thought the spring was going to have some massive bolt on it. Oh, you actually did a good job. You got the thing down further. Do you want some needle nose to try to get in there?
Yes.
All right, grab some needle nose. There you go.
Awesome. There you go.
Got it?
Yep.
All right, so should I try and inflate it and we'll just see what happens?
Let's see what happens.
All right. This is a moment of truth. Here we go. How high should I set it to?
What pressure will that do?
This will go up to whatever we want it to. Let's try this. Do it at 10.
There it's going.
Going?
Yep.
Woohoo! That's 10.
Right.
So I think we need to go to probably the full, right? So that's 10. They say these go up to 35.
Okay. That was the question I was gonna ask.
Yeah, I think without a strain, without a load.
Sure.
That, all right, that's 20. 25. Everything look good?
So far, it's still kind of hot dog a little bit.
All right, it's 35.
On hot dog.
Still pretty hot dog, huh? Does it
Yeah.
feel like there's a lot more pressure in there?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Okay, so try letting the air out now, and we'll see if we can. Now that it's a little bit more inflated, it's kind of just twisted. Maybe we just need to untwist it.
That's so satisfying. All right, so if it's twisted, the question is, how can we untwist it in there? I think you're fine there. I don't know if I can locate it, but if I had an oil wrench, oil filter wrench.
Maybe, yeah. Try that.
So if I don't have that, what about putting a clamp on it and twisting?
Yeah, maybe.
Interesting idea. I don't know if I actually do have an oil, thing. So this looks like it's probably too big. Maybe this would fit
Perfectly.
and then just clamp it and just twist. If it rotates, we even have it to the bottom.
Oh,
No?
oh, that's pretty good.
Do we need to let more air out, do you think?
This is broken, man.
What's that?
This is broken.
It's not broken. That's like how it works.
Oh.
But
Where's the release on it?
the release is you like push it. Let's see other clamps I have.
It's broken.
Yeah, other creative ways to go about that. So, are you? You mind if I give it a shot here?
Of course not.
All right. Rolling camera. How sweet is that? So the issue is that we're a little bit twisted up in here, and trying to see if there's a way for us to grab it. Sorry, this guy goes here. Sorry. All right, you're right.
I know. I told you it's broken.
It's like
No, it's not working because it's broken.
Oh, my bad. I'm just like, no, you're not doing it right.
I'm like, it's cracked. Sure it's broken.
It's missing a piece. You moron. All right, it's a different one. It's not broken. And
Oh yeah, that one works much better.
Sure it does. So this is the questions. How do I hold this guy?
Another idea, it's kind
Yeah.
of too late for this one. The second one is that soapy water thing.
Uh-huh.
Before we, on the outside of the bag, once you put the bag in, to help it kind of move around on the spring.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it went in pretty well.
Well, no, I mean, but like right now.
Right.
If it was a little bit more lubricated, maybe it would.
I mean, do you think, because we still could soapy water it now if we wanted to?
Yeah.
The other option is to put it up to 45. See if that does anything, you know?
Yeah.
Let's try that first. We kind of screwed around it a little bit. Let's see. I've heard it, you know what? The 35 might be is probably for it under pressure anyways. You know? I bet we can cut this guy way up. That fold really is interesting. That's 40. What do you think?
Well, I mean,
Is it a problem?
exactly. That's what I was just thinking. Is it a problem?
Maybe not. And then the other thing is, maybe it gets squished down and reinflated. Maybe it kind of works itself open,
Possibly.
What do you think? Not only is it a problem, is it fixable? Like, is it actually twisted, or is that just doing that because it's bigger than the spring? So
yes, I think that if we didn't have that fold in there, it wouldn't matter that it was bigger than the spring. It's just going to inflate and then stop.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's going to work itself out. That's a nice little fold in there.
Yeah.
But is it a problem to be like that? I don't know.
It's not a small fold.
No.
I mean,
And the interesting thing is when you let the air out, it goes back into that fold.
Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Yeah. So I wonder if inflating with a clamp on it would do anything. So I'm gonna
and force the air somewhere else. Yeah.
see what happens.
Yeah. Try it.
Watch out. So now it is dangerous because the clamp could explode in your face. I don't think, it's so deep, I don't think it's gonna go up, And I don't, that's at 30, but I don't see it improving things. Right?
Yeah.
Should I keep going? Yeah, might as well. That's 45. It's funny. So the crease is smaller there where I did that, but not really any better.
Yeah. I mean, I won't. Will that be a problem leaving it with that crease?
The only way that would be a problem is if over time it creates wear or something, So what do you think? Should we just install it? Install it, let the load hit it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not difficult to get in and out. So, I mean, if we do decide to pull it back out, it's not the end of the world.
I remember Robert saying when he was inflating his, like just the back end lifts up, you know? There's a lot of force that's going into this thing on some level.
Hey, what's going on, Robert? Good to see you, buddy. The issue that we're talking about right now, let me show you guys. Let's turn it this way. When we put this guy in, there's a little crease here. Can you see that crease? And we thought maybe when we inflated it, it would just kind of pop out. That hasn't happened. When it inflates, there's still a crease there. The question is it because it's twisted? And, as I'm looking at it, I don't even think it's really a twisted issue. I think the issue is just that thing is a little bit bigger than it needs to be.
Yeah, it's definitely bigger than the inside of the spring.
Yeah. And so then the question is it okay to install it like this or not? And we're landing on, we're going to give it a shot. I'm just going to try to see if I can turn this at all, if that changes things. Oh. So here we go. It doesn't turn. So what we've decided is we're going to install it like this and see how she rides. So you want to grab that Schrader valve and pull on it as I lift up in. Cool. Hey, what's going on, Solid Squid? Don says it's fine.
Good. That is great news.
All right, Don. Robert, do you have their phone number? Call them and tell them to deflate it completely and readjust it. You think so?
Well, yeah, it is deflated.
Yeah, this is deflated, by the way.
Actually, I could pull a vacuum on it with this thing.
I don't know if you could vacuum it. I don't know that readjusting it's going to work here. That's the thing.
Well, Don says it's fine.
Don says it's fine. Go for it.
It's fine.
Sounds good. Robert says deflate and readjust. This is deflated, by the way. But we can. So Don's vote is go for it.
At least it's not 50-50.
Yeah.
I mean, we can try getting some soapy water to lubricate it, to allow it to move around a little bit. But the flip side of that is then it's going to be super slippery for whatever we're trying to do with it.
I'm not too worried about slippery, I guess, but because all we have to do is lift it in.
No, but I mean trying to twist it or whatever.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I just don't think that there's an adjustment here that's going to work.
Matt is right at home.
Let's hear Robert's thoughts on it. Once you inflate it, goes away. So we did, Don. When I do inflate it, it creases it up is what happens.
So
I'll show you.
One side at a time. Well, no. Yeah. Well, I think the plan is on the second one to maybe put some soapy water in it.
So you can see when it inflates, it creates a little crease in there. All right, so fully inflating, you can see there's a little crease that goes from here to here. And I don't know that we can get that out of there.
So your airbag isn't even touching top to bottom. Okay. Robert's not working here. One thing I noticed, I'm gonna tell you before I forget, your wires getting melted on your exhaust.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. That needs to change.
I already had that happen when I'm charging for my trailer. Stop.
That's the solar that I ran. It must have fallen down. But yeah.
Oh man, really? Oh. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's going around like crazy.
I had it 2 days ago.
Oh, Ian said he had it 10 days ago.
COVID? Talking about COVID?
Yeah. All you guys. I'm the only one. I'm the only person I know that has never had it. I don't know. Oh, okay. Okay. So this one's gonna be the full length of the coil as well. So. Yeah. Yeah. I think we'll try it with the crease and see what happens. And if we get the other one to go inside without a crease, then we'll pull some back out right again.
I've got the Schrader valve offset. I can just sit here and adjust it. But I'm not getting any movement. So I think
Yeah.
I'm going to put this guy back on.
Definitely. Okay. Yeah, we'll try that. See what happens. And, I mean, it's easy to get this thing in there. So, yeah.
Trying to twist it a little bit in there.
Well, the frame's different on this. So there's a huge
Not much
hole at the
success.
top. Super easy. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is like the hole up there is like 3 or 4 inches. It's huge. So it's not easy. Oh, nice. Very nice. That'll be big news. You don't have to worry about the bridge draining it down anymore. Sweet. That's a lot. Yeah. All right, cool. Appreciate it.
That was nice of him to call.
Yeah. And go out and look at his. So his does go full length of the coil. So these little baby bags definitely would not.
Not the right one for us. Yeah, I think they could have helped, but I don't think that's what we wanted. We want more than help.
Exactly. Yeah,
Oh, jeez. I better be careful. Have you heard of the Red Green Show?
no.
Will you pull on that? Yeah. All right. All right. Let me. So I think I had the right idea.
Yeah, you're sitting up in the coil rack.
Yeah. Yeah. Just...
Yeah, you're gonna have a little bit of tension on it for a moment. It's up on the pad, but... Hold on to that. Don't let it. Yeah. There you go.
Woo! All right.
Easy peasy.
Whew. Not bad. When we drop it, it'll be sitting.
I still say that was 100 times easier than trying to slide it through the coils.
We would still be trying to slide it,
Yeah.
man. Still be trying to slide it.
It would all be covered in soap right now, and I'd be slipping it. You all right?
Yeah. So something funny about the way I twisted on my thumb. So, this. That's an issue.
Don't let that.
I think what's happened is up top stuff has pushed it back under.
Yeah.
So, all right. So as we reconnect everything,
So we're gonna go down a little bit, put
Yeah.
the shock back on,
All right.
and then just because that's the easiest time to do it.
yeah, that way you don't have to compress the shock. Do this guy. You want to be the lower guy or the shock guy?
I'll do the shock guy.
All right. Lower. You tell me bit by bit as we go. Coming down slightly.
Yep. Go down. Nice and slow like.
Good or more?
Stuck on the tire here.
You
Keep
like-
going. A little bit more. Oh. Okay, shock's in.
All right.
All right.
Swivel on it too.
Swiver's still too high.
So come down a little bit.
Yeah, keep going down. I'm just trying to pull it all the way from your tire so it's not stuck on your tire.
More.
Yep.
Okay. Good or more?
The swivel, we're going to have to pull on it. So right now I'm just watching your bag.
So let it down.
Let me, sorry guys, I'm going to move you back a little bit. Here's my way, just a touch. Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Okay, your spring's good. I can get that sway bar. Where's the sway bar bolt at? Right here.
I really only wanted to do this one side. All right, come down.
Yeah.
All the way.
Um,
All right. You got off the jack. Oh, how's everybody looking? Connected. Oh man, that guy is squished.
Yep.
Really bad.
I mean, the question is, does that even matter, right? Because it's going to squish no matter what, I think.
It will squish, yeah.
So it shouldn't.
So there's the bag. There's a nice view of it. Should we just inflate it just for the hell of it?
Yes, most definitely.
All right, here we go.
Let me start the nuts on there real quick.
And
Just
just run
make
a
sure
little
I'm
bit of
good.
a lift. A little bit of a load. I'm gonna take it to 20 first.
Yeah, let me get these nuts started real quick. Just make sure they don't wander off. Okay. Let's see what she does.
All right, it's 20.
That was fast.
Yeah, I have a problem with my plug here. Hopefully, let's see.
Well, it's a little bit less diameter than tire.
Maybe if I hold this down.
Oh wait, are you even hooked up? Oh yes. Okay.
All right, so obviously I've got an issue there with the way that I'm doing it. What does it look like? Is it like bulging or anything?
No. Let me see if I can. Yeah, there's nothing. Well, yeah, no, there's no pressure or very little. I can still push it in with my finger.
Okay. So my pump here. I'm just gonna take the battery out, put it back in. My problem with my pump is that the screen is half broken because it got wet. This should be 20. It's not pinched off anywhere. This guy's not wanting to do this. Feels nice.
And then try it again. Now, go ahead. Oh, nope, it was pinched.
It was?
Yep. Let me get out of here and then try it again.
Okay.
It'll work now. Go ahead.
How's it look?
I hear it. I hear it. Oh yeah, it's got some pressure in it now.
Okay. That should be 40.
So say I see the Jeep going up.
You do?
No.
Not at all.
As I said, I don't see that. But I mean, you're still gonna be able to handle, even if you're not raising it, you're still gonna be able to handle the weight
Yeah.
better.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I wonder how much it would or wouldn't. So that's 40 though. That's supposedly 45. But no.
I didn't see it go up at all.
I didn't either, by the way. Oh! And how was it pinched, by the way, in terms of this guy?
Probably when we just pushed it up there, it was just I just reached my hand in there and kind of jiggled it around,
Okay.
and I got it, and I heard it.
Gotcha. All right. Oh. I'm gonna go with a deflate and a re-inflate. You know, I see it coming down a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, you're right. Yeah, I did see it drop some.
I can hear the tire.
Yeah.
All right. So let's put something on here. Stack something so we can see exactly how hot it's going.
Right here, where'd the tape measure go?
What's that?
Where'd the tape measure go?
Actually, tape measure. Tape measure makes so much sense.
We
where
just
did
had it.
Yeah, we had it out here.
Oh, right here.
Got it? Perfect. I was going to measure right here the wheel well.
Well, this will go up too, right? So,
Yep.
22 1/4 right now.
Okay, 22 1/4?
Yep.
Let's put it up.
That's not working. Oh yeah, we're going. It's subtle. 22 1/2. That's at 20. 22 3/4. I'm going at 1/2 inch. So you're 3/4 of an inch higher.
Hey,
That's significant.
that's significant given the weight. And by
Yeah.
the way, that's only on one side.
Right.
Right? We've only done it on one side.
Yeah.
So, all right, very cool.
Very cool.
We'll let the air out and then we're gonna jack up the other side.
Yeah, I'll tighten these bolts and then we'll do the other side. So I would say that's kind of a success, I think.
It'll be a success unless it pops. So while we're here, look at my diff cover there.
I see it.
What's going on there? Am I leaking?
Yes.
And so that was a diff cover job that I did not that long ago. I guess the first step would be to torque everything.
Probably, yeah, just recheck the bolts, but it could be just as simple as the fill port or the,
Okay.
so a little Teflon tape around those or something. Did you put Teflon tape on those plugs when you put them back in?
I probably did. Yeah, I think I know to do that, but it's one of those things where you never know if I actually did or not. You know what I mean? You would think I would. Oh man. All right, let's see if
All right, let me tighten these two bolts back up.
all right. That's funny. Don says he's like, must have been hard getting that big bag in there. I don't know if you joined when we had the thing off or not. All right, so are you okay with me starting to pump up this side?
Give me 1 second because we're gonna put more tension on the sway bar when we
Okay.
do that. So let me.
Right.
Actually, we should also probably go ahead and disconnect the sway bar and the shock from that side too.
Yeah.
Wall is down.
So it's ready to go up when we need it. All right.
Give another like 19 or 21 wrench.
Hey.
Oh, there's wrenches right there. Sorry, I didn't see them.
You want a 21?
Yeah. Never double up the wrenches
Yeah.
unless you know how to.
Man. Nice work. What do you think about using a fender liner to put this on?
Probably okay.
All right.
Okay. Tight.
What's that?
Shock's tight. Sway bar's tight.
Awesome.
Let's disconnect the other side. All right, guys, I'm gonna flip you around. Hold on.
For a drill bit. Hole there. smaller size glove here. My hands are not that big. And these gloves make it hard to use.
There's a box of mediums right there.
All right. Let's switch it out.
Yeah, I guess more for work anyways. I mean,
I learned the
not what I
glove
said.
technique from you. It just makes
it's
so much better.
a little bit harder to work in, but you get used to it. But you definitely have to have the right size.
How far through do you think I should let it? Not all the way, probably, right?
No, I mean it doesn't really matter. Just whatever, as long as there's enough to get your straighter on all the way or your pump. That's really all that matters. If it's too long, it doesn't matter either, though, as long as it's not too short.
All right. And then we have like a fair amount of extra tubing here.
Mm-hmm.
Should I leave this here or should I trim it?
I would trim it because even the flex doesn't even matter.
Yeah, 'cause
because I mean,
here, right?
yeah,
So I'll trim it to like right here, and that'll give it just a little bit extra.
I think that'll be easy to move anyways. Just to move those in.
I got some.
There's no question. I mean, get the front and everything off.
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely easier to needle those than
That's stickers.
I heard it. Did you see it?
Yeah. Dude. we gotta stop with that.
If we just found it both
I don't know how we keep
That's-
finding it.
it's a miracle.
We try to pull that one off.
Yeah, I need a little. Oh, there you go. Need a little blade.
I'll go that way.
I think we would have already called it quits by now if we were in the sun.
Oh man.
Both of us would be
It's like
drenched.
Yeah, and we did this before, but it's like you're thinking it's morning, it's winter time,
Yeah.
it's really not going to be hot.
No.
And then here you are in San Diego. And it's like San Diego is boiling. All right. If you want to go ahead and jack it up, feel free. Did you have you disconnected the?
Yeah, sway bar is disconnected. The only thing that's still missing is the shock, but I kind of have to pull that bolt out while you're going out, so
Okay.
it's no big deal.
Yeah. Just stick this through then.
Oh, wait, you have a new license plate.
Oh, hey, what do you think?
Very nice. There you go. Has everybody seen your new license plate?
No, I haven't really.
Ready to? Should I show you new license
Sure, yeah,
plate?
yeah, go for it.
Got a new license plate. Didn't even say anything. Look. I think that's a good one.
Thanks, man. It's one of those things where, you know, my company license plate was great, but at this point, we're doing so much Jeeping stuff.
Yeah.
It made sense
Yes.
to move in the Jeep direction.
Definitely.
So I did that. Did you see me struggling to pass my smog test on stories at all?
Yes.
So
Because all your monitors won't run.
yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Now I do.
It's
So
funny. I know that, and I've still gone.
Yeah.
Right after the battery was just disconnected.
it was because we had done all that. Well, you know, we drove far enough. It wasn't what we did up in Big Sur. It was that I fixed when I came back here,
Right.
I replaced all the terminals.
Yep.
So, anyways, that was what was standing between me and the new license plate.
Oh, I gotcha.
And that looks pretty good, man. I mean, you know, just sitting right there.
Yeah.
It's kind of. I've been looking forward to.
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
And I think the wire, we can tuck the wire and stuff.
Yeah, but even
But
that,
it's actually
pretty
pretty
much.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good.
All right, so I'm gonna
Yep.
go up here.
Yep. Go up, and I'll Guide the shock out when I can.
All right. Just tell me when to pause. I need to.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah, keep going. Okay, hold on. Actually, go up just a touch more. There you go. Actually, if you can drop it down just a teensy bit.
All right, we're dropping an ET bit.
Technically speaking. There you go.
Gonna start going back up.
Yep. Okay, hold on. I think you're free already.
Oh, we're pretty high up.
Yeah, I didn't realize we had gone so much higher because I can't see the spring from this side
Well, you know what's weird about it?
because you got the bracket here.
Oh, okay.
So I couldn't see. I gotta go out the back this time.
Okay. You are gonna run into so can I just do it like this?
Yeah, we're almost on. There you go.
Sorry. Yeah.
Nope, you're good. I got it.
All right. It's always fun pulling big parts like that out.
It's just a coil spring.
Yeah, but it's big. Oh man.
It's an important piece.
Yep. All right. Good stuff.
Okay.
So now we've got another one. Do we want to try anything different?
I mean, it didn't work. It's just a little.
I just don't know if we can get this in otherwise. You know, let's try and do it without it deflated and just see what happens.
I think the diameter is a little bit bigger, though.
It is. It is. So the question is, will it squish around in there? Will you do something for me real quick before we do that?
That's pretty close.
It's not bad. Yeah. Should we soap it?
I think soap it and hopefully it just slides right in. How great would that be? But
Then we're going to regret what we did over here.
then I think we should take that one back out.
That's going to be so hard to get out. It will be really hard to get out.
That is true.
All right. Well, let's see if we can do this one
Yeah.
this way first. Anyway. Will you do something for me over here?
Sure.
Will you take a picture? Like 5 pictures. Or 6. Oh, you know, I should take text here. It's fun. That's no good. Hey, bud, what are you up to?
Just photo.
Yeah. Just like 3 or 4, maybe. Just like this.
And you look
Hot. Do it. And will you also turn it sideways too?
Yeah.
Nice. Perfect.
Actually, I think that last one where you were looking at the coil spring was probably the
That's
best.
the best. Or will you do it vertical too for you?
Yeah.
All right. I'll be right back with some soap on this thing.
Because then, man, that thing just slide right in like butter. How nice would that be?
Well, like I said, the only regret would be we didn't do it the other time. Just dish soap, right?
Yeah.
I'll probably have some out here. Let's grab this one.
You think it's going to slide in with the soap without having to do anything? I hope so.
You ever drink kombucha?
No. Lisa does. She was drinking some the other night.
Gotcha. I've got, if you want a sparkling water, a Gatorade.
I have regular water right
All right.
here. I'm good.
All right, so I'm just going to put soap on the outside of this guy. So last time we did this whole fold it down like a hot dog thing, which is what people do when they're shoving it in through this. But since we're taking off the entire coil, we're going to see if we can just push it down without it deflated or anything. And I'm just going to give it a nice coating of soap, which I did. I read somebody's write-up on. Oh man, now my hands are gonna be so slippery.
I know. That's what
Somebody did it with WD-40. I was like, oh man, I don't think I'd be WD-40 in this thing. All right, let's see.
Go.
You know, with a rubber hammer, it might. What do you think?
You got a little bit.
All right, so there's the protective piece I'm gonna put on top of it. Right?
Oh, to try to push.
Yeah. And then let's move it out slightly.
Oh yeah, they're tied right next to
Do that.
Sorry, guys.
All right, here we go. All my weight, it's just gonna collapse.
Oh, it's going. It went.
Um,
It moved.
Should I put the?
Yeah, keep doing that.
Let's see, maybe I should put the air cover back on.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea too.
What's that?
I said it was going.
Yeah. I'm gonna put the air cover back on so it doesn't do the deforming thing. Let's see. That might be all we're gonna get.
Dang it.
I'm gonna try and rubber hammer it now,
Okay.
but
Well, yeah, it'll probably just.
you know, who knows? Maybe the shock though. You know.
Maybe.
Let's get the soap out.
That's what was getting it to go down before was the shock.
I think you're right. I do not think it'll work, but it's just worth it. Why not? All right, so tell me if you see any movement. Ready?
Mm-hmm. I saw lots of things move.
Was it the right
This
thing?
is the springs just.
It's not going to work.
It's not gonna work.
I'm going to try it again then. No? Can you not hammer a spring? That's not how it works. I forgot about that. All right, so
Did we try sucking out of this yet?
we
So
haven't.
like no.
How would I do that though? Just like with my mouth? I don't think I can. I don't know what I can do, but I don't think I can do that. So I'm gonna throw on the gloves so my hands don't get quite so sticky again.
Yeah.
And
You want some new ones that fit?
oh yeah. Microflex. So, I guess the other option is just to try to kind of squish it a little bit.
Yeah.
We were hoping, because the last one that we put in has a crease in it, and so we were hoping that maybe putting it in fully intact would kind of work, but it really has not so far.
Hot dog.
Yeah, hot dog. Hot dog's gonna work,
Yeah.
but we were gonna end up with the same problem that we had before.
Well, maybe we won't have as big of a crease.
Get in there, you hot dog.
A little bit more.
More. That's all I got.
We're just stuck at the bottom, just like before.
Yeah, let me see if we
We just need another little oomph.
Here, this will maybe let me go a little bit further.
There you go.
Yeah?
Yep.
I mean, I don't, do we want to leave this in or no?
No, because that's too much space. We're already a little bit long.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I'm excited to know that this fit. If I can get it out. Yeah. Because I wondered whether or not this was the right size. The fact that this fits tells me it is the right size.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
Oh man, having the right size gloves is so
Huge difference.
so key. All right, so now I think our next step was just to put the tubing on it.
Yeah, let's run the tubing through, hook the tubing up, reassemble. So that one much faster that time.
Yeah, well, it's
Once we
kind of know what we're doing.
well, I don't know if I go that far.
we know we don't know what we're doing.
We know that
And
I'm gonna have a plant.
so I put the last one just right up here. So, here the top. I believe I'm going in the right direction.
You are. A little bit more.
Nice. All right. You just hook that up and then we'll cut it. You know, we'll pull it back through and cut it.
Yeah.
Nice. This creeper actually totally sucks. So
What are you talking about? It makes it great.
that's what it's good for. All right, we need a C-clamp. Oh. Some needle nose.
Yep.
And so we do this without losing it. we these little springy C-clamps. So far, we've shot them off into the garage twice, and
Well,
amazingly,
we put 2 on. We've shot 2.
we found them, which is great. All right, compressed, but maybe not stable. All right. So I've seen people put soap on this to shove it in. And my question is, wouldn't that make it more likely to pop off?
Once it dry, well, yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
It does make it go on easier, but I mean, if you get the technique right, it's easy to get on.
And the technique is just slow, steady pressure.
You know, just kind of jiggling it and
Jiggle it, a little bit of twisting sometimes.
Yeah.
All right, that one is fully seated.
Perfect.
So now I'm going to try to use the needle nose to drop this onto it. Greg ran the tubing underneath the axle this time because with the AEV lift, which by the way, I don't like this. I don't really like parts of this lift on the front end because what ends up happening is that this actually messes with your sway bar.
oh,
So your sway bar links on the factory are only, about 4 or 5 inches, and they just lift up to that spot. Which means if you want to put on an 8-inch sway bar link adjustable like I have,
yeah.
I actually had to take off parts of the lift.
Oh, wow, interesting.
Yeah, but you can't do it on both sides. So that's why, if anybody ever wonders why I have mismatching sway bar links, that's why. It's a longer story than that, which is I broke it, a couple times setting it up the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
All right, so
Up she goes.
by the way, how do I know when it's time to replace my shocks? I feel like it's time.
Does it ride bad?
They're only good for a certain amount of time,
Yeah,
right?
you get a lot more bouncing going down the road.
Yep. Do you want to try and feed it up and I'll grab it from the top?
Sure. Oh, party foul.
What happened? What?
The coil seat.
Oh, shit. Oh, man. Totally my fault.
That's all right.
The good news is we can actually do it easier. I think it'd be easier just to feed it back up, right? Pull it through.
No. Just
Take it off and back on.
pull the clamp off, cut it there, and then we'll get a knife and just cut that piece off and slide it right back on.
Because this is not attached to anything. See what I'm saying? We just pull it through and throw it on.
Yeah, we just have to feed it up from the bottom.
Yeah. Which I think sounds really easy.
Okay.
That's it.
Famous last words.
I know. That was foolish on my part. And then I don't know if you noticed this or not, but I don't know if that's from wear or what, but the spring end matches up to a little dent.
Yeah,
I don't know if they build it that way or if that's just over time.
it keeps it from spinning.
Yeah, so there we go.
Yeah.
And now to get it up in there,
Here,
do we need to go from the back? Do you think?
Yeah, because the coil has to go up and under that way.
All right, so you just hand it to me. And the hole is right here.
Yeah, here I can see what I'm doing. It's probably easier if I do it.
Yeah, I got it coming through the top.
You're going the wrong way though.
No, I know I got it.
Oh, you got it?
Well, I have it. I don't.
Oh, okay.
Is that the wrong way, or did I do it?
Yeah. It's out, right? So it can't be.
It's where it's supposed to be.
It's a way.
I think it's all right. All right. And then. Got it.
Let's go.
I can't see where it's seated.
Yeah, here.
Can you
Let
see
go.
it?
Yeah, I got it.
All right.
There you go, back down. Okay, got this slack.
Yeah, got it.
There you go.
That one was actually a lot easier.
Yeah.
Should I let it down a tiny bit so it holds itself?
Yes, because I'm gonna line it up as we go down.
Oh, the shock too.
That was okay. Hold on.
Yeah, sorry, kind of. This jack, you know how some jacks are.
Yeah, I went down a little bit more than I was expecting.
Are we good though?
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah. I don't.
Okay, yeah, go down just a touch.
Okay, yeah.
Too much.
All right. Going back up.
Yeah. It's easier to control going up, obviously.
Yeah, for sure.
There we go. Okay, there's one.
Let it back down, or no?
Give me 1 second.
It's funny. This is a half-ton jack, which I'm surprised it picks this up.
Okay, go ahead.
Just kidding. Right.
I'm surprised it picks it up.
As you're underneath it.
Well, it's because I know that it can't go all the way down. You're good. Keep going.
You coming?
Yep.
Good to go.
Hold on a second, maybe. Just same thing. Get these nuts on. Make sure nothing goes anywhere. Everybody's looking at the back of my bald head. That seems like that's what always.
You know what? I'll
That's what all-
Photoshop that.
Yeah, put me a nice little like mullet or something. You know? Okay. I'm clear.
All right. You're off the back.
Go up. Go back up.
Oh no. How high?
Well, I guess we can just cut it. We're just sitting on this. Yeah, that's fine. We can cut it.
Well, what do we want me to do?
Well, we don't need that piece anyways. That's the. You're just gonna have it stuck under your tire until you move.
Yeah, that's fine. Nice job. All right.
Why does it look like it's sitting way higher on the driver's side?
So it does.
Oh.
It actually does. That's part of why I want to use. Now it does look a lot higher. I agree. That doesn't look natural. But we're off jack. So what do you think?
The coil is set properly.
On both sides?
Yeah. Oh, no, we're a little bit off on this side.
On the driver's side?
Yeah.
On the driver's side?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so go ahead and lift it back up and then I'll recenter it.
Interesting. All right. This is going to be kind of near your head here.
Oh, no, you're fine.
better underneath it. That's better. How's the crack in your lip feel?
The good news, I know it can't fall all the way down on me, so it doesn't bother me.
Alright, pry bar.
Right? Get it for you? Hey, Ed, I'm gonna pull out this air tubing over here.
Yeah, perfect. All right.
All right, you got it on?
Yeah. Hoping that does the trick. Also, probably need to just kind of bounce the suspension around and get everything kind of sitting where it wants to be again.
That does not sound professional.
Sometimes. Well, the bag mainly. The bag's going to move around a little bit at first until it
Yeah.
kind of finds good where it wants to be home.
I'm with you. You go ahead and let it down.
Okay. Did you? It makes it easier to drill the hole with it up, doesn't it?
I drove it already.
Oh, okay.
I drilled it. What do you think?
I hope it's the level.
A lot better. It still looks a little bit so the Jeep has leaned to this side, and I don't know if it's a shock problem or if it's
no.
or if it's the weight of everything here pushing into it, so the water and stuff and the big tire. But I've always noticed I felt like I sit that way just a little bit.
Well, we also haven't played around with the pressure
On it. Yeah, it's set.
Yeah.
It does look like it's kind of crooked.
Yeah.
Then I don't know if the bags, the way the bags are sitting.
Really didn't make much of a difference because they were pretty much in the same spot.
How does this one look, by the way, with the crease in it? I feel like it's got much less of a crease part.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we haven't actually inflated this one yet either, so we'll see.
Right. Still trying to figure out why the suspension is crooked.
No. It's interesting though. All right, I'll take this stuff back out.
if nothing else, I just love the idea of being able to inflate these bags. I think it's going to be good. We'll see if it's a game changer or not.
Okay. Tighten that again.
What do you think? How you feeling?
We'll see.
It's bugging you a little bit.
It's bugging me a little bit the way it's sitting.
Yeah, right.
It doesn't make sense.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Let me just. Ooh. Yeah. That one made a little bit tighter. Oh, it's okay. Should be. It's not that bad. It's not like it's there. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Maybe
Well, we'll
it's that
see once
bad.
we play around with it. It's hard to tell standing this close.
Yeah. Yep. So, all right. This guy, we got our little fold in there. We're sitting on it, and it's all the way down to the bottom, just like that side. So, how do you feel about the seating of this spring? We're saying that this side's too low, right?
Yes. Well, I mean, I don't know. One side, they're sitting not level.
We're saying that this side's too low.
Well,
Passenger is
side's too high. I don't know.
Oh yeah, right. Okay. Take a look at the spring on this side. Tell me what you think. It looks like it's kind of bent. Is it seated properly? You see what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely got a little bend to it. But I mean, in reality, I mean that spring could be bent, and that's why you were always or tweaked or
Yeah.
defective or broken or whatever. I mean, it's not broken, but
Although I didn't notice it being bent out quite that bad when we were first putting it in, you know?
yeah.
So, is there a chance that thing is seated in a funny way and it's causing it to compress like that?
I mean, the seating of it looks fine. If anything, it would be the bag interfering with the spring seat, possibly. Well, I say we inflate
Them?
and see what happens. Let's do it. I mean, we haven't done the driver's side inflation-wise at all, so let's try the driver's side inflation, deflation, and then we can try the passenger side again. It does have a weird bow to it, though.
It does, right?
But I mean, it looks like it's seated in there, right?
It's like I said, it has been low in the past, but not quite that low. I wish I would have had measurements of it. So we are over this side about 5 inches off the under this. Over here we are almost 7.
That's a big difference. Still makes the same noise.
Let's see if there's anybody hanging out here with us. We got 4 people. Hey, what's going on, folks? Don says maybe we just have a full tank of gas. So RC Rooster, if you're still asking, this bag that we got is a 60818, the 17, which is this little guy. We decided it was too small for this AEV 3.5-inch lift spring. Thanks for liking the plate, buddy. Zip tie the cables away from the exhaust, definitely. And no, I haven't extended this breather lanes yet. I'm waiting for you to come down and do that with me. These springs, Overland AZ says, these are the AEV 3.5-inch lift. That's what's going on. Let's see if I missed anything else in here. Any other comments or safety third? The bags did come with the polyurethane pucks with these guys. And we decided because the JK has an opening at the top of the spring that we weren't going to put the puck in because we just didn't have the space. These bags are already longer than they need to be. So the spring bow is common, this Overland AZ, if you adjust your control arms. You can buy wedges to help straighten them back out. I have them in my JKU. Interesting. So, all right. So should we try and reinflate these sides one at a time?
We should do, yeah, definitely the driver's side since we have not inflated this once yet.
All right. We haven't inflated driver's side yet, so that's where we're headed right now. Let's see what we got. Can we grab the computer and bring it over this way? We should put it up to what, 35. Here we go. You can see where we put it right here. You can see that or not. Right there. How cool is that? You want to look underneath and see what's happening? That's 31. That's 35. What do they look like? Let's see. I had just measured this side 7 inches. Let's see what it is now.
Yeah, we still have a crease in this one, just like the other one. So
Yep, not a surprise.
yeah.
So yeah, that lifted it up just only like 1/2 inch on this side.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, the other one only went up 3/4, so I mean, it's
Still feels a little bit crooked, right?
well, I mean, this side was already low, so you raised this side up even more. So
Okay. All right, so we'll put 35 into this side. And I get them both up to 35 and see how that is. Oh, it's like doing the reconnecting thing. All right, both are at 35.
better, but still crooked.
And then, the option is I could decrease, I could take some air out on that side.
Well, yeah, I mean, you don't want to ride with them super high pressure, anyways, right?
I think you can leave them anywhere at 35 is probably high, probably 5 to 20 is gonna be standard riding. But I mean, you ride with them 35 because I'm loaded down all the time.
True.
All right, so let's see what the sag looks like. So maybe what I'll do is I'll do 10 and 20 maybe.
Yeah, try that.
See.
I think right now, the next step too is also just to go take it around the block real quick and see how it does.
All right. Should I take some pressure out before we do that?
Especially out of the driver's side.
All
Since we set this one at where they inflate so fast. Interesting.
So annoying on the screen. I need to get a new pump. There's the bottom line. All right, so 35 and 25, and that looks level, right?
It looks much better.
Yeah, it does. And then let's measure it. Let's see. So over here, I'm 6 inches. Oh yeah, it's gonna be 6 inches on this side too. Oh, that's 7. So pretty high. Yeah, let's see it for right.
Yeah, if anything's out of place,
Yep.
guiding it should pop it back in place.
Yeah. All right. Put some back into the side. What's that?
I just grabbed my shirt and kind of pulled on it and went poof.
Streams. It seems like it's not connecting. Good times, you guys. Thank you.